Greetings everyone, my name is Black Witch Dirah. I am a Luciferian witch of the left-hand path as well as an occult educator. Day 2 of my little Halloween series. Yes, I'm in the same clothes. No, it is not tomorrow. I am bulk filming. But whatever, you're seeing this on the next day anyway. So, again, before I get into the topic, a few announcements. Hexing 101, guys. The course I created collaborating with the Order of Chaos is only available for the rest of this month, the month of October. So if that grabs your interest, please go and check it out before it is too late. And second of all, the Dark Arts Academy, we've kept it open for October because it's October and it's the best month of the year and it's our 6-month anniversary, so it's open and we have an amazing Samhain group ritual coming up on the 31st and we would love you to join us to be a part of that. So today's topic, what does it mean to be a left-hand path witch? So, the left-hand path, I didn't really intend to ever be in this position that I'm in now on my magical journey. When I first started, you know, when my interest started in witchcraft and the occult, you know, I never thought I'd be here. It was really something I stumbled upon kind of accidentally, but it's kind of like it chose me and reached out to me when I really needed it. But what does it mean? For me, it's a constant process of self-evolution and it's a religion of the self. It is a dedication to continuously shedding off parts of yourself that are basically dying and do not serve you anymore. It's not an easy thing to live by. A lot of things that happen feel kind of involuntary, but I suppose are chosen by you kind of unconsciously, if that makes sense, because, you know, you've chosen to walk this path and therefore the trials and the challenges that come up are also chosen by you, even though you can fall into this kind of victimhood. And that's exactly what not to do on the left-hand path. Do not fall into victimhood. But I suppose the principles that I live by are personal responsibility, continuously seeking knowledge and wisdom, having this balance between nurturing the mind, the body and the soul, and aka the spirit, and doing the work internally and externally, listening, being teachable, being humble. I would say that the transformations that take place when you are on the left-hand path are really fast and really intense. I cannot even count how many times I have shape-shifted into another person almost. That's what it feels like on this journey because of what it brings into your life and what it teaches you and how you evolve. I feel like fundamentally it changes your DNA. Like, I feel like it literally manipulates your DNA. You become entirely this other person. And I think the reason why the left-hand path requires so much responsibility is because you are essentially living by your own will. You don't have a set book or text to live by and to tell you what your morals and what your beliefs should be about things. It's all decided for you. You know, that's all decided for you in kind of orthodox religion, right? What you should think, how you should feel and what you should believe. And it really is having your, you know, it sounds really simple, right? You know, to have your own identity and, you know, to believe what you want and to want what you want and to think what you want. But it's not actually that easy, especially when, you know, most of us are conditioned in some way. And it also means accepting consequences of your actions. Because if you're entirely living by your will and asserting your will and the consequences of that are unpleasant, it's kind of like, well, I've got no one else to blame. It's not like you can blame God, you know? I mean, something, you know, if you're like me and you're really into your demonology, a certain demon, like a patron demon, could be trying to teach you something, but you can't, it's not the same as like, you know, that's God's will. It's, you know, entirely kind of what you are creating in your reality. But what I kind of love about this as well is the whole kind of no rules thing. If you are a rebel at heart, this will align perfectly with you, and I think that's quite a Luciferian quality to have, being the rebel. So, you know, not having a set of rules to live by, no concrete rules, no commandments. And, you know, this doesn't, I feel like people will take that out of context in the sense like, oh, what, so if you wanted to kill someone, you would? And it's like, dude, just because I don't live by specific morals written in a fucking book for me doesn't mean I don't have my own and know that it's inherently wrong to do certain things. Like, you know, if anything, that shows more strength of character and more intellect than people that have to actually read a book and be like, oh right, thou should not kill, got it. And I also want to kind of just go back a little bit to where I spoke about what did I say is coming back. You creating your own reality, right, and consequences of your actions. That is not me victim blaming. Why do you have to be so careful about what you say nowadays? Because sometimes things come out of my mouth and I think, I know fucking somebody is gonna have something to say and take that out of context and start calling me XYZ. So yeah, what I mean by that is, I mean decisions that we make. Like, there's still an element of powerlessness involved. Like, you know, we are human at the end of the day. Bad shit happens to us, of, you know, when we don't deserve it, and not about making at all. I'm talking about decisions, I'm talking about judgment and things that you decide to do and the consequences of your decisions. I'm not talking about things as a whole that happen to us because life is not fucking fair and shit happens. I'm talking about you and your own set of morals and your own kind of compass with what you do in your life, accepting consequences of that. And the left-hand path is not for everyone. I know that I'm probably making it sound quite like an ideal thing, but it takes a lot of stamina, it takes dedication, it takes discipline, it takes hard work. Like, I even have days where I feel like I don't have the discipline to keep up with it. Although, again, something I've discovered through this journey is that I place very perfectionistic ideals upon myself, so that could also be that. But yeah, I do kind of look at some, I sound like such a judgmental saying this, but like, I do kind of look at some people and think, no, this isn't for you, because some people just do not have that discipline and that dedication to put towards something, and that's okay. Like, it's not meant for everyone. The whole point in it is, you know, the adversary, you know, it's not for everyone. So it wouldn't make sense for it to be everyone, because it would just completely contradict what it is as a whole. And I also want to add that being on the left-hand path doesn't mean you're solely in the darkness. Like, you know, it's considered a dark path, and yes, I suppose it is, but, you know, I had a really fucking dumb comment recently on Instagram being like, oh, you've got to work with both. I'm like, I do. Like, do you not think that I acknowledge the law of polarity and acknowledge that we all have both dark and light inside us, and that one can't exist without the other? Like, yeah, people are dumb, you know, because the left-hand path also has a lot of alchemy in it as well. Spiritual alchemy, going from Negredo, the blackness, the rotting, into Albedo, the whitening, and then into Rubedo, the Philosopher's Stone, completing magnum opus. So yeah, various misconceptions about not just black magic and the left-hand path, but also just me as a person as well. Like, sometimes I'll say something and people will just take it entirely out of context, or even just make these judgments for themselves like they know me. I suppose my kind of closing message here is, being a left-hand path witch is acknowledging that your energy is meant for you first, and putting all of that energy into your own personal evolution and spiritual growth, enlightenment, apotheosis, becoming your God's self. Again, not to mean that you literally walk around thinking that you are a god, because that's not being humble, but acknowledging your own personal power. So I think I'm gonna leave it there for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you again tomorrow. Goodbye for now.